All right, guys, so about after a week of receiving 22,000 pounds of raw donations, we're pretty much done, right, Richie?
Okay.
Richie worked, my cousin, Richie right here worked, how many hours you worked last week? 65?
65 hours.
65 hours in 1 week. And I probably did just as much. Some days I stayed a little later to do other stuff. But yeah, guys, like all this is stuff that we're going to sell off. My family has been coming by and just picking up a bunch of stuff. Richie's dad and all his sisters came and got like black bags full of stuff. There's still a lot of good stuff. We got like these pallets going out. This one just needs to be filled up a little more. And then right here we have like this stuff literally is gonna go in here. Right here we have all name brand stuff. Right here we have some Levi's. And right now he had shown me some really, really good stuff that popped up right now at the end. We have boxes of like hats. We have just this batch at the end left. All right, guys, so I didn't even have my freaking microphone plugged in, but hopefully it didn't sound too bad. But yeah, guys, we only have this corner left and then we're done. Pretty much today it's gonna be done. We'll probably, me and Richie will probably tag team this right now. I was doing some other stuff, getting some other stuff prepped. We had 1,000 pounds picked up in person. So that's something I would like to do consistently of like, instead of sending out the pallets wasn't as cheap as I thought it was to send out. So I'm gonna have to eat it on the shipping a little bit. And we sold 5 pallets total. And I like to keep it 100% real here, guys. We did make our money back on the entire truckload. So we barely like broke even now after paying Richie 65 hours and processing all this stuff and like the unloading and the gasoline that we had to pay for like the truck was $800. You know, all that little stuff adds up a lot after the shipping for the pallets. So like we're even now. You know, we're not at the profit quite yet, but basically now we are gonna get 13,000 pounds still delivered, which worked out perfectly because we were really crammed in here for the most part this past week. And we didn't really know what to expect. It was my first time ever buying this much clothing. Like right here we have all denim. It's very unorganized, you know, like I'm trying to get a little system going for all this. And yeah, like right now we're broken even, like barely got enough where I'm back at zero. So now whatever we get from this next truck, that's where all the profit's gonna come. We did get some really good stuff separated to my store, like really high-end stuff. Like last video we talked about like a $2,200 jacket. Like that is gonna be the cherry on top, you know. But we did separate 1,300 items for myself, 1,300 pieces of clothing, and then the 5 pallets of 1,000 pounds. So right there we have like, I don't know, 6,300 items, 6,300 pounds around there. There's a lot of light stuff. There's some stuff that's heavier, but we don't have like super heavy stuff. So I'm pretty confident it's about 6,300 items out of 22,000. So when I first got this, I had mentioned if we can have that kind of ratio, then it's gonna be really good. And that's the kind of ratio we got. So yeah, that was like a 1/3 of this amount of stuff that we pulled out for ourselves. And we still have a ton of shoes. Right here is shoes and purses. Right here, like Richie had showed me these. These are Hokas. We found some Kobe's. We got some good Nikes, New Balances, but there's also a lot of flip-flops that aren't worth nothing. But we've just been throwing like the shoes in this corner. And we're gonna see what's up. These Converse are really good, actually. Really good shape, but yeah, Richie's been throwing all the stuff over here. So we're gonna see like what's up with that a little bit later on. But you know, there's a lot of good stuff. And it was a hefty investment. So to make our money back, we had to make a lot of money back, right? So, you know, I hooked some people up fat. Like there's some amazing stuff in these pallets. Like I found a couple of jackets that were over $100. Threw them in there. I don't care. I want them to be making money so they can come back and buy more. They were hooked up fat. I could have put everything into my store, but I still have all those 12,000, 13,000 pounds of clothing coming still. Pulled 1,300 pounds to the side for my eBay store. So like that's 2 weeks of listings. Like I don't really think I want to be at the point where I'm listing more than 2,000 items a month. right now. That's kind of where we're at. If I do like 550 a week, so like, you know, I can just I could have just had these piled up in the back, just stored, and then we like do them over a long period of time. But I think with this next truck, probably pull out like 4,000 items. That's like 2 months worth of listings. We still have all the shoes. We have a ton of hats. We have all those jeans, and I'm still going to be sourcing. So I gave some people great deals, and you know, we all eat a little bit. We're all going to eat a little bit off this truck, and yeah, it's going pretty good, guys. Right here, let me show you guys a little update on this side. Today we got 40 items picked up by the post office, and we already sold 10 items. Yesterday I did like $700 on eBay. So hopefully soon we start seeing $1,000 days. That's literally my goal this month. Maybe even sooner than this month. Like, I want to start seeing $1,000 every single day and up. Obviously I would like to see more than that, but that's kind of where we're headed now. So it's going pretty good. Right here, this rack is still looking relatively empty. By the end of the day, we're gonna probably be like up here. My sister's doing pictures still, and yeah, it's going pretty good, guys. Staying busy. I go to New York tomorrow, so you know, it's Wednesday, tomorrow's Thursday, so Thursday, Friday, like my sister's coming Thursday, Richie will come and separate stuff and ship. He already knows how to do all that. He knows how to prep items for my sister so that I don't have to worry about that all the time. But like, all this inventory right here is still ready to go for my sister, and Richie just makes sure my sister has enough items so that my sister can just 100% focus on pictures. I think every single person is limited to how much, like, what they have to do. When people are doing eBay, they have 6 things to do. So like, what I like to do when I have a team is for each person to really focus on a few things. Since we're doing so many pictures, I'd like for my sister to only focus on pictures and not doing anything else. Like, I literally just want her glued to the picture station and just taking pictures. And Richie, he's gonna have a few different things to do. And then I have my things to do. We're all gonna have our little tasks to do, but I'd like for my sister to do 110 and that's it, nothing else. I don't want her thinking of nothing else. Put your headphones on, listen to Netflix, and just get to work. Look at her, she's locked in. Locked in. I don't want her doing nothing else, and that's how we're gonna be able to get 110 a day. 110 a day, it's not easy, so I wanted to make it as easy as possible for her. Me and Richie's job is to make sure she has nothing else to worry about but that. And that's how we're gonna be able to run extremely smooth, because with the listings up like that, I think we're gonna maybe see even more than 1,000 a day, but we just have to wait for it to kick in. You know, it's time and money I'm investing into that and betting on that working, and we're putting up amazing things. I invite you guys to go check out my eBay store down below. On Sunday, sold like almost 30 items in one day, which is like a record, and then we shipped out like 65 for over the weekend. So it was really good, but I want to start seeing like 110, over 100 items being able to be shipped for the weekend sales. That'd be awesome. And I think we can get there with the volume, with the quality, and just the consistency that we're putting into the eBay store. I think it's going to go really good. And yeah, we're getting there, guys. It's going really good. This is like the best kind of videos I could probably post for you guys, because we're really busy over here trying to get all this done. And then I have other videos to do. But yeah, right here we have items ready to be put away, and just gonna fill all these up today. And you know, trying to run this thing like a machine. The other day, someone had commented saying that there's absolutely no way that like certain brands were gonna sell for like 20 bucks. And I think a lot of people don't even give certain brands a chance. Every single day, I'm selling things that most people don't want to sell. And that's why I'm able to pull out way more items. Certain things I'm not putting in the wholesale boxes that I'm still keeping. Like one brand that people are gonna hate for me say this, but one brand I started selling and listing more of is like Old Navy. Obviously vintage Old Navy is something people really know about, but like Old Navy, even modern, like some jeans, I've been selling pretty well, and I'm getting a lot of it. And My cost of goods is obviously way different because I bought this truck. So like I'm going to list Old Navy. I'm not putting Old Navy in the wholesale boxes, but there's many brands that people don't even give a chance that I am making a lot of money off of. So have an open mind. It all depends on what you pay for certain items. A lot of people said Lee doesn't sell, and that same day I sold some Lee. A lot of people recently, I made a video on like the top 15 jeans that I look out for, and someone said like, oh, don't pick up jeans oversized 38. And then like a couple days after that, I sold, I believe like 10 jeans that were size 40 and up, which is crazy, right? Like no one really knows what the heck they're talking about, man. And I'm not gonna pretend like I am an expert with clothing whatsoever. I don't need to be an expert with clothing. I'm not gonna pretend like I know a bunch of backstories on brands and like styles and collaborations. I don't have to. Like I'm gonna try to get the product as cheap as possible so I can put it up, and because I have so much space that I'll be able to give out better deals than anyone else. And we have been doing pretty good with that little business model. And it all comes with having like a good connection, getting stuff as cheap as possible, not waiting to see what the thrift store gives you. And that's how I really start doing stuff like what I'm doing right now. There's people that know way more about me than clothing, but I'm still making way more money than them with clothing. So how does that make sense, right? Is it about who knows more, or is it about who can build a business where you get stuff really cheap and you process it very quickly with a good system? I think that is a conversation to be had. And that was just because I knew, like from the get-go, you know, a lot of people told me I don't know nothing about clothing. I say stuff that doesn't make sense. Like last time I messed up and I said like that Lee was a parent company or a sister company to Levi's. And I was completely wrong. It's a sister company to Wrangler. And that's because the guy that sold me the jean Bales had told me that, but I think that's what he meant, that it was a sister company of Wrangler. So like that was my bad, right? But like me knowing that isn't gonna stop me from not selling a bunch of this clothes. So you don't have to be an expert in order to win in this. You can still make a lot of money without knowing nothing. So there's this Instagram page that I follow, Torgum Vintage Wholesale, something like that. I guarantee you that owner, I've seen pictures of the owner, I'm not gonna put pictures of him. That dude is making probably like $30 million a year. I guarantee you he doesn't know nothing that you guys know. Like I guarantee you he just built out an amazing machine that he's making a ton of money off clothing without not knowing much. He just has amazing systems, amazing marketing, and he moves a lot of product. Ton of wholesale. They have a great system going on over there. They're like in Los Angeles. You don't need to be a clothing genius to make a lot of money. So keep that in mind, guys. And yeah, we're over here working hard, getting this going. We got wholesale going. We got eBay going. And trying to pump out these videos as much as I can for you guys. So keep you guys pumped up. Right now, guys, I just had a call in my Discord community. It was actually really, really cool and completely free. I'm not gonna do those extremely often, but I am trying to do them pretty often, guys. If you guys wanna join, I have a profit tracker that is completely free in the Discord down below, guys. The Discord will never be a paid community, completely free. I'm probably the only person on YouTube that isn't charging for like a community. So if you guys wanna join up. We have like almost 600 people in there. Let's try to get 700 by the end of this week. And I have a ton of information. I have like 1,500 brands to look out for jeans, shoes, and electronics. I have a bunch of tutorials on there that are not on YouTube. Free stuff, trying to build a nice community. And yeah, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. I'm gonna catch you guys later.